Alright everybody, Nerd Dad 5000 here, back with another reaction video. If this is your first time with the channel, please take a second, click that subscribe button. It's easy, all you have to do is... push it! And you're subscribed. Also click that bell icon so you continue to get notifications of every time I release a video. Today we are here for WandaVision Season 1, Episode 5. The title of this one is On a Very Special Episode. That sounds kind of 80s. It seems like a lot of 80s shows used to be introduced on a very special episode of this show. And looking at the thumbnail, it looked like maybe they're in the 80s. But so we've done the 50s, we've done the 60s, we've done the 70s. Looks like we're back to the sitcom with maybe less behind the scenes. Last episode, answers. Some answers, a few more questions. We found out that Westview is actually a town, but it's encased in like a dome of energy that looks like kind of like TV screen interference. If you touch it, you might get sucked in. That's what happened to Monica. We found out for sure that Geraldine is actually Monica. She got sucked into Wanda's world and became a part of it. We found out that the red helicopter that she found in the bushes was a sword drone. We found out that the beekeeper guy was a sword agent in a hazmat suit until he climbed through the sewers and he crossed the boundary into the new world. And when he popped up, he was the beekeeper. We don't know what happened to him. We saw from a different angle Wanda going, no. But we didn't see the rewind. We didn't see what happened to him. Maybe we'll find out this episode or later. What else? We found out that the hand that we saw watching them on TV at the end of episode 1 was Darcy. She's the one who figured out how to watch them on TV and has been recording and analyzing. We found out that a lot of the people in the town are just people from the town. They are all real people who are playing parts in the show. Except, new question, they had on the board, they had identities for everybody except for Agnes. So I don't know if they couldn't find her, or maybe she doesn't have a past. Maybe she's got something to do with this, which seems to be what a lot of people think. And we found out that stuff that leaves the world is like it was when it was in the world. So when the hazmat suit beekeeper guy was climbing through the tunnel, he had a cord attached to him, but when it came loose after crossing into the new world, it turned into a jump rope. But when they pulled it out on this side, it was still a jump rope. And of course, when Monica got blasted out, she was still in her clothes that she was wearing in there. But the biggest answer, I guess, at least for now, it looks like, and we all kind of thought maybe it was mostly Wanda. Monica tells them while they're trying to check her out that it's all Wanda. It's everything going on there is under Wanda's control. Except for maybe there was a little slip there with Vision. We got to see what Vision looked like for real. I guess that's what he looks like for real. He looked that way at the end of Infinity War, which I think is the last time we saw him laying there on the ground after Thanos out of his indestructible head. So she had a little slip, and I think maybe it's because the whole thing with Monica got her, like, rattled a little bit, and so some of the real world bled in. But she, you know, shook it off, and then he was back to normal. And then one more new question is that look he had after she picks up the one baby and goes, oh, what are we going to watch on TV tonight? Vision, after she walked by, he was like, something's not right. I don't know what's wrong. And then he smiled and carried on. So, yeah, really excited for this episode. The show's getting really, really good. So here we go. Season 1, Episode 5, on a very special episode. Here we go.
Previously on WandaVision.
Captain Monica Rambeau.
Director Tyler Hayward.
This isn't a missing persons case, Captain Rambeau. It's a missing town.
Voila, sound and picture.
I want you to leave. It's all Wanda.
Oh, yeah, this is totally 80s intro.
If you go to sleep, I promise you will be my favorite twin.
Darling, you know, we love them both equally.
Well, don't tell him that. Would you mind grabbing their binkies?
Oh, of course not. Binkies all round, I think.
I know parents aren't supposed to take shortcuts, but I think this situation calls for one. So,
Look at those
go to
babies.
sleep, my babies. That is not where those go. I think it's working. Maybe we just need some help.
Hiya, kid.
Oh. Maybe we need some help, and bing bong, Agnes shows up. Who knew?
I was just on my way to Jazzercise when I heard your new little bundles of joy were on a
Jazzercise.
sleep strike.
Who told you that?
My ears. Auntie Agnes is here, and I've got a couple of tricks up my sleeve.
You're a lifesaver.
She's always a lifesaver.
Remember to support their heads. And when was the last time you washed your hair? Actually, you know what? You just maybe we better not.
Do you want me to take that again? Should we just take it from the top?
It's like they're shooting a TV scene, and it went wrong, and she's wanting to refilm, and they're like,
Vision, let's let Agnes give it a try.
oh, weirdness already.
What was that about?
What was what?
Oh, what she said, the way she looked at you.
How did she look at me?
Oh.
Lavender. Ralph sprays it on me every night, but there's no taming this tiger.
So strange. Did you really not see what I saw?
Agnes is just being neighborly, that's all.
So once again, Vision sees something, and Wanda is trying to play it off as nothing.
They finally fell asleep.
They're empty.
Then where are the twins?
Mommy? Daddy?
Oh!
Can't control them, no matter how hard you try.
And why is she not flipped out by the fact that they're now old? Oh, what is this? I know this is from a show. I can't remember. Yeah, this is definitely 80s intro. Look at the baby Vision pictures. Yeah, I think this is some kind of mix of all the different 80s shows, intros. Definitely little family ties in there.
Mighty glad to have you back, Captain.
What's the latest?
There's a briefing in 10. Pants are encouraged.
This is Dr. Darcy Lewis. She's the one who discovered the broadcast.
Monica, I know. I'm a big fan.
There's something wrong with the machine.
Those are blank.
She's emitting some kind of stuff that's keeping her from taking pictures of her brain.
Born in Sokovia in 1989 to Irina and Oleg Maximov, killed during an air raid when Maximov and her twin brother Pietro were 10.
The twins were subsequently radicalized, volunteering at Hydra.
Oversimplification of events, but yes. After unspecified experimentation with the Mind Stone, Maximov gained telekinetic and telepathic abilities.
Back up, Jimmy. Does Maximoff have an alias?
Not a one.
And earliest tracking had her using her powers against the Avengers.
Right before she earned their trust and became one herself.
Lagos and Germany. We all know how that turned out. Thanks, Jimmy.
What is he doing?
I try not to speak ill of people.
Then allow me. Hayward's a dude.
Terrorists.
Wanda's not a terrorist.
Why is he trying so hard to make her out to be the bad guy?
She's holding thousands of people hostage.
And it could have been thousands more if she hadn't put up her own quarantine.
This morning, I received authorization to share this highly sensitive material from Sword Headquarters.
Ooh, new footage.
Until very recently, it was the top secret location of the Vision's corpse.
They've got him disassembled.
9 days ago, Maximoff stormed our facility, stole the Vision's body, and resurrected him.
But how did she even do it?
What happens when he learns the truth?
He's beginning to learn the truth.
Now tell me which one
They've
of you
got a
just
puppy.
barked.
Can we keep him, Mommy? He's outside, crying.
Taking care of a living thing is a big responsibility.
Yes, it is.
Good morning, unfamiliar wet animal. I had a hunch someone might pop over
Hi, kiddos.
with exactly the item we require.
Yeah, he's really starting to catch on.
Did you name him yet? How about Sparky?
Well, should we make it official?
Agnes was right there. You made no effort to conceal your abilities.
Well, I'm tired of hiding, Biz.
Wanda, we are usually so much of the same mind. What aren't you telling me?
Your father and I don't think you're ready to properly care for an animal until you're at least 10 years old.
Poof, they're 10. Yeah, who didn't see that coming?
His dog stays the same size.
So Agnes has given up being surprised, and Wanda's given up trying to hide anything.
What'd I miss?
The twins aged up to 10.
What's the hex?
It's what I'm calling the anomaly because of its hexagonal shape.
Everything might look fake in the TV, but everything in there is real. She could have taken out Thanos on her own if he hadn't initiated a blitz. Nobody else came close.
Well, I'd argue that Captain Marvel came close.
We are not talking about her. We are talking about Wanda.
What is this?
What was that you were saying about props and sets and
Wardrobe?
Where's the lab?
She has an idea.
What are we looking for?
That. Can I borrow this?
Whoa, 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 whoa.
No damage.
You had a bulletproof vest on when you went inside, didn't you?
Those pants are 87% Kevlar. If she can change things as they go into the hex,
You called it the hex.
what happens if we send something in that requires no change?
Oh, it's still working at the computer company. Except now they've actually got computers.
This is a typewriter, a Rolodex, and a calendar all in one?
Should we surf the internet?
Cowabunga, dude.
64K RAM.
Oh, hey, look. We got electronic mail already. Top secret communique. Authenticate. Dr. Darcy Lewis findings regarding Maximus. Please advise.
So the rest of them just played along with it, but Vision actually saw what it was.
It's a joke. Can't you tell? None of it is real. But Daisy, how long has it been?
He snapped him out of it.
I have to call my sister. She's taking care of her dad. He's sick. Where's my phone? She's in my head. Just make her stop!
And he put it
Now
back.
tell me this. If I send an email, where would I put the stamp?
Sit, Sparky, sit. Speak.
That is the fastest a dog has ever been trained in the history of dogs.
You gotta go shoot Dad.
Oh, he's at work.
Saturday.
No, it's not. It's Monday.
This morning was Saturday.
Things are getting more wonky.
He's always going to be your brother, and he's always going to be yours.
Do you have a brother, Mom?
He's far away from here, and that makes me sad sometimes.
Somebody's at the door.
Something's scaring him.
Stay here.
Sparky!
I know this is tech from the 80s, but can we sharpen the visuals?
Smart, Monica, smart.
We can't see the drone on the broadcast. Wanda's framing it out of the shot.
Wanda, this is Captain Monica Rambeau. Can you hear me?
Uh-oh.
No joy.
My controls aren't working.
Take the shot.
What?
Take the shot.
What did you do?
There's a breach, sir.
You're gonna mess with Wanda like that.
Is this yours?
Now you done it.
This will be your only warning. Stay out of my home.
You don't bother me, I won't bother you.
You've taken an entire town hostage.
Well, I'm not the one with the guns, Director. You're still here.
On some level, Wanda, you know I am an ally.
I have what I want, and no one will ever take it from me again.
Oh, there's the red wall that we saw from the trailer. So I bet she's made it. Is it going to be impenetrable now?
Oh.
Commercial!
You've got a mess.
Looks like blood.
You need Lagos brand paper towels.
Oh, Lagos is where she blew up the building trying to save Captain from Crossbones.
Lagos. For when you make a mess, you didn't mean to.
That's exactly what happened. She didn't mean to blow up the building. She was just trying to protect Cap, and she accidentally blew up the building.
We can't find your dog.
Ah, don't worry. He's sure to turn up. Your mom won't let him get far.
I didn't find him until it was too late.
The urge to run from this feeling is powerful. I know.
She does know.
You can fix anything, Mom. Fix dead.
We can't reverse death.
But you're reversing death now. That's why we keep seeing Vision.
Bring him back, Mom.
Bring who back?
This has turned into like an ABC after-school special.
How are the boys?
Well, heartbroken, but they'll be all right.
I spoke with Norm. I unearthed the man's suppressed personality, and I spoke to him free of your oversight.
Listen, can we
What?
just...
Watch TV? You can't control me the way you do them.
Can't I?
No, we're not done here.
But the credits are rolling. We should be done.
Norm has a family! family, Wanda. He has a family, and he can't reach them because you won't let him reach them.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Stop lying to me!
Oh, here we go.
What is outside of Westview?
You don't want to know.
You don't get to make that choice for me, Wanda.
You've never talked to me like this before.
Before what? I can't remember my life before Westview. I don't know who I am. I'm scared.
You are my husband. You're Tommy and Billy's father.
Wonder why are there no other children in Westview? The
There we
playground
go.
stands empty every morning I walk to work. Why? Tell me
Do
why.
you really think that I am controlling everything? I don't know how any of this started.
What you're doing here, it's wrong.
Now, who's at the door? Is it Agnes? No, I don't think it's Agnes. If it was Agnes, she would have just come in. Who is it?
Wonder who is this?
It's your brother, but it's not her brother. It's her brother from the other universe.
Long lost bro get to squeeze his stinking sister to death or what?
She recast Pietro?
Weird. It's like she knows it's him, but she doesn't recognize him as him. So I don't think she did this. Okay, and no after credit scenes. There haven't been. I don't expect there to be. I don't know. Another really good episode with a lot. And they're just packing these episodes full of stuff. This one was a little longer than the other ones, but they got a lot of story in this one. So they got Monica back, and she has been debriefed and told them about all that was happening. But something's weird with her because they tried to take a brain scan. I don't know if it was a CAT scan or an MRI or whatever, but there was no image of her head. It was like there was radiation coming off of her. Maybe that's what it is. Having passed through the little field around the town might have changed her brain, or having been in there, the radiation did something to her. But her blood was messed up too. Director Hayward seems really intent on making this whole thing about Wanda, and at first it looked like he might have been wrong, but as we got into the episode, yeah, it looks like he might be right. They realize it's in the 80s, and they're having a little discussion about why stuff changes going in and why it stays the same coming out, and they find out that Wanda is actually manipulating matter because when Monica went in, she was wearing a bulletproof vest, and her clothes coming out are slightly bulletproof because they combine her clothes all together. So she figures out that if they send something in that doesn't need to be changed, so if it's something from the 80s, that it's going to be fine. And so they find an old 80s, I didn't even know there were drones in the 80s, but I guess there were. So they send an 80s drone in to take pictures, and Wanda sees it and is reacting to it, and so are the kids. But Hayward armed it with some kind of thing to try to blow her up. But of course that fails, and Wanda ends up coming out to talk to the people. And she is powerful. She stopped whatever attack they tried to do on her. She turned all the sword agents against Hayward, and they were all pointing their guns at him now. And she walked back in, and now the field around the town is different. She did something to change it, so I don't know if that's going to stop anything from coming in anymore. We'll just have to see. Let's talk about the babies for a second. They're babies, and then they're 5 years old, and then they're preteens, just like that. And they can do it to themselves, so they've got some of their own control over what goes on in this world. Not total, because when we saw what happened with the dog, they wanted to bring the dog back from the dead, and she's telling them that can't be done, and clearly with Vision, that's what she's doing all the time. Part of Hayward's, I know I'm jumping around here a little bit, part of Hayward's problem with Wanda is that she broke into Sword and stole Vision's body. So clearly that question has been answered. Is she reanimating his body, making it walk around? Yeah, it looks like she is. And I think that part was supposed to be, I was reading an article, that was supposed to be like an end credit scene at the end of Endgame, but at the last second, Kevin Feige pulled it and didn't use it. So it looks like maybe they've used that now in the show, because that's what the scene was supposed to be, her showing up at a facility, finding his body, and then that was all we were going to see. So, yeah, so apparently she broke into Sword, stole the body, reanimated, apparently reassembled it, because they had it taken apart. There were pieces all over the place. And then brought him to Westview, and now she's living this life, because she warned them, do not try to break into my world again. This is my world. This is your only warning. Let's talk about Agnes for a second. She just more and more seems to ignore the strange things that are happening, and it's almost like she's trying to help Wanda weave all the funny moments into the world. Like, it started out with her coming in to take care of the babies because they needed help with the babies, and boom, there's Agnes ready to help with the babies. But something weird happened, and it was like they'd blown filming the scene, and she wanted to start back at the beginning, but Wanda just, you know, got things going and got it going again, and Wanda just played along. I mean, Agnes just played along. And then when the boys got bigger, she kind of ignored that, and when Wanda created the dog collar, she kind of ignored that. She heard the boys talking about bringing things back to life. She's like, you can do that? And then they just kind of played that back into the story. So yeah, oh, and she brought in the doghouse. Once they had the dog, she just showed up at the door with the doghouse. And Vision is noticing more and more and more, which leads to the big fight at the end where he's like, I know something's going on. I did the thing to Norm and know that you're in control of Norm's mind. And he's, you know, he has a family and he wants to get back to his family, and you're keeping him trapped here. And it looked like they were getting ready to have a big fight, and there was yelling and everything. And then they kind of settled down, and then the big thing at the end, boom, boom, somebody's at the door. She goes to answer, and it is her brother, but it's not her brother. Because we've all seen the Marvel movies, and we know that her brother in the Marvel movies is one actor, but the guy at the door is Quicksilver from the other Marvel movies. And then Darcy's like, they've recast him? So he's shown up as the long-lost brother who's supposed to be dead, but he's alive, but it's not him, but it is him. And she looked like she recognized him as Quicksilver, but at the same time, she was a little weirded out. So that part makes me think that maybe she's not fully in control of this whole thing, that somebody else is also pulling the strings. And so that's why her brother showed up, but it's like they brought in the wrong brother. So it's like somebody with knowledge of multiple universes just grabbed a Quicksilver and stuck him in there, but it's the wrong Quicksilver. But I guess with her brother being dead in this world, they had to get a Quicksilver from another world. So that kind of ties in too, probably, with this whole multiverse thing where the movies seem to be headed with the next Doctor Strange movie. So some more answers, a few more questions. Really like the direction it's going. These episodes have all been really good. And can't wait to get into the next one. And as always, if you like what you see, please click subscribe. The little spot is right here. And I think I've pretty much got it down to where I can, you know, it's there. Also click that bell icon so you continue to get notifications every time I release a video. If you like what you see, please click like and click share. Clicking like's super important. What are your theories about what's going on so far? I know it looks like more and more like Wanda's in control, but I think the arrival of her not brother, not brother, kind of points out that maybe she's not fully in control, that somebody else also has some influence. Any theories, any thoughts, put that in the comments, and I will get back to you as soon as I can. And as always, this has been Nerd Dad 5000. I will see you later.
You wander the world with a vision of what life could be.